Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to the H2 and FY24 post-earnings conference call of Swaraj Sutings Ltd. Today on the call from the management, we have with us Mr. Nasir Khan, Executive Director. As a disclaimer, I would like to inform all of you that this call may contain forward-looking statements which may involve risk and uncertainties. Also, a reminder that this call is being recorded. I would now request the management to run us through the investor presentation for the half year and FY24 and share with us the business highlights, post which we will open the floor for Q&A. Over to you, Nasir.
Thank you, Vinay. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the first phone call of Swaraj Sutings Ltd. So I'll start by explaining the company, what the company does, and what are the USPs of the company. Swaraj Sutings Ltd was basically incorporated in 2003 as a composite textile manufacturing mill, as a trading mill that then got into manufacturing. So we are basically into manufacturing of denim fabric, non-denim fabric, and yarn, which the facilities will be starting now. And so basically the company is currently engaged in yarn dyeing of denim. We have process in denim dyeing. So first one is yarn warping, second is yarn dyeing, third is weaving, fourth is processing, and fifth is finishing of fabric and developments. So I'm glad to tell you everyone that we are one of the fastest growing denim mills in the country with one of the highest rates in product developments. We've developed numerous products and we have achieved a success rate of around 50 to 60% developments in the market. So we are growing our market also very rapidly, and we are trying up, and we will be commencing our new plant soon. So firstly, I'll be as the results are out, and I hope everyone has gone through the results. I'll first start by going through the results. So as the year closed, we achieved a revenue of around 325 crores with a YOY growth of 46%, estimated 46%. Our EBITDA closed at 39.7 crores at around 69.2% growth. Our PAT margin was at 18. PAT in crores was around at 18.2 crores with a growth of 228.6%. So all this growth and the main reason why the EBITDA margin and PAT increased was due to last year being the first year that a new plant in Neemuch that was commenced in 2022 ran a full year. So if you compare the H1 figures to of H1 figures of FY23 to H1 figures of FY24, it will have a large difference due to the plant starting in H2 of FY23. So that was the main reason of the incremental in revenue and increase in EBITDA and profit margins. Also, I would like to tell everyone about the achievements that we achieved last year. We entered Madhya Pradesh in 2020-21, and we were awarded the Award of Pride of Madhya Pradesh last year, along with the Award of Asia Excellence Awards from Madhya Pradesh itself that will be awarded to us this month. We will be one of the first companies, one of the few companies in India that is in the final stage of obtaining, in textile industry I'm talking about, it is in the final stage of obtaining PSI certificates of numerous ISO and SA 8000, along with many textile certifications that will in total be a certification certificate basket of around 10 to 11 certificates, which will help us in growing exports, plus help us in reaching new markets that mainly work with brands that are mainly concentrated on brands. And along with that, I would like to tell you about the expansion that we're doing right now. So the current capacity that we're running on before the capacity, the new expansion, is at around 1.8 crore meters per annum. So I'm talking about finished fabric capacity of denim fabric. So the new plant that we're installing is expansion in denim. Our expansion will lead to increase of capacity of around 72 lakh meters from 1.8 crore meter per annum to 2.52 crore per annum. Expansion in non-denim, so we are entering non-denim segment also right now, which will lead to enhancement of capacity from 0 to 1.8 crore meters per annum. Our expansion in yarn that will be commencing in October 2024 will lead to a new capacity of 21 tons per day. And we are also installing a agent unit of 72 looms that will be solely used for in-house use. That will reduce our operating cost, and which we are dependent on outsourcing right now. Apart from the plants that we already have, we need to outsource our fabric through job work. So we'll be diverting it to our in-house plants. That will increase our EBITDA margins plus profits and plus revenues. So the plant that the denim plant, the non-denim plant, and the weaving plant is estimated to be commenced in this month itself, and we're targeting a good revenue growth from Q2 of this financial year. So after this expansion is completed, apart from garmenting and ginning, we'll be having every aspect of textile industry from spinning to final fabric. And along with that, I'd be happy to tell you that right now we are installing a small garment division, which is a very small garment division. So that will be converting our wastage. So when we finish a particular set in denim, and when we dye it, so basically there's 92 to 93% finished fresh fabric, and the rest is 7 to 8% is going to wastage. So we target to convert around 4 to 5% of that wastage into garments to increase our margins in that too. So that is a new thing we're coming up in. That is a very good R&D. Our research and development team is now concentrating on export division itself, and it is now concentrating on achieve after the certifications that we're targeting. It will achieve a very good basket of developments in non-denim and denim segment, which will cause a target of 2,500 sample developments, which we are at right now is 1,600. Market right now, due to the elections, the market was a little down in textiles, but as the market is starting to pick up again right now, and we hope in the next 10-15 days the dispatch will be in the normal criteria, and our capacity utilization for the last year, we did not slow down in any capacity, and right now also in the past 2 months of April and May, compared to the other players, we were running 100% capacity. We have an order book that is enough to fulfill the expansion market also. So these are the figures for the expansion. After expansion, the following FY25 estimated figures for production, we will be manufacturing. The installed capacity is 25.2 million meters for Nima denim fabric. For cotton fabric, is 1.8 million, 18 million meters, and for cotton yarn, it's 7296 tons. And apart from that, it is gray fabric that will be used in-house. It's on the next slide. The weaving plant that we're installing. It's the gray fabric. So the total plant of 13.5 million, 9 million plus 9 million. All this will be used for in-house consumption only, and will help us reduce the dependency of our job work, of our gray fabric weaving through job work. Next slide. So basically, this vertical integration will help us achieve approximately after all the expansions are completed, and after completing the expansions, Swaraj has a tie-up with the government for numerous subsidies and everything. But Swaraj will start receiving subsidies after the COD of weaving denim and non-denim plants. So I hope so after the commercial production of this plant is started, we hope to receive the subsidy we hope to start receiving subsidy from the next quarter itself, which will have a huge impact on our balance sheet. And that will help us to improve our margins alongside with the expansions that were coming, that will reduce our operating costs. So we are targeting, so basically when we close at 325 crores right now, we're targeting a good revenue growth of around 100% this year, with a good improvement in margin of around it's around 5 point margin right now is around 5.7%, 5.6 to 5.7%. We target to improve it by 1% this year. Next.
We have the financials after this, which you've already spoken.
Yes.
Specifically, you would like to talk about, or we can move to Q&A?
I think we can move to Q&A. Anything I'm missing? No.
Participants who wish to ask a question, use the option of raise hand. If you're unable to do that, you can send us your questions on chat and we'll ask on your behalf, or we invite you to ask the questions. We'll take the first question from Pawan Kumar. Pawan, you can go ahead, please.
Thank you for the opportunity. As you alluded that already you have a quite a healthy order book. Can you give more details about that? Like,
So basically, I can. So the order book is something that we cannot disclose like this. But
okay,
right now, I can tell you this: we have a healthy order book of around 2 months. So we have a capacity of 15 lakh meters right now, and along with the developments we have an order book of an estimated order book of 35 lakh meters right now, with clients like Marks and Spencer, H&M, and numerous clients like this, along with domestic clients. So it includes domestic orders also as well as the export orders also.
okay. And have you added some new clients or new brands?
Yes,
For
so
last,
basically we can go to the brands page. We have an investor presentation which we have mentioned the brands that we tied up with recently.
Mhm.
So we have started working with all these brands recently, and we've tied up with Reliance and Zara, and these are the few players that we have tied up with, and which we can disclose right now. And these are all new players, and we were into manufacturing of gray fabric before manufacturing finished fabric for the past 10 years. So we started manufacturing finished fabric 1.5 years ago only. But after seeing our developments, our standards that we follow, along with all the efforts that my team put, so we are one of the youngest players and youngest player to supply denim to these players due to our developments and our team efforts, and the way we operate to reduce our costings.
okay. And can you just elaborate what sort of tie-up you have with this brand? Is it long term or is it
So
again season to
in textile
season?
industry, there is no long-term tie-up like this, that you have a written tie-up of 10 lakh meters per month, 50 lakh. There's no long-term tie-up in textile industry. It is a job work then. So it all depends on the price variations and all the developments that we're doing. We have to, due to the fast fashion industry that is growing right now, we have to keep developing. We have to provide them with numerous developments, and we have to provide them a reasonable costing for that, in which we maintain our profit margins also, along with providing them the best market price in the new developments.
And how long you are working with these clients? Some sense of
So
that.
basically, all our clients, it's been so once a client, we have a repeated order from 90% of our clients, we get repeated orders. And and one more thing I would like to tell you is we have had 0% rejection rate. 0 meters of fabric has been rejected by our clients and has been returned to us from the year we started.
And you have mentioned in one of the slide that you are going for a 500 crore roughly expansion.
So basically, so expansion that we're talking about, the expansion is coming in denim of 2.5 to that will enhance the capacity from 1.8 crores to 2.5 crores. It is coming in basically it is coming in non-denim of 1.8 crores. Non-denim and denim are basically brother and sister. The client base for this both the segments is the same. The yarn that we're getting to yarn, 21 tons of yarn can be consumed in-house also, plus it can be sold out separately also depending on the market conditions. And alongside with that, we're installing 72 AJ looms.
And you mentioned you have got some new credentials, maybe from Madhya Pradesh and from other places.
Yes.
So can you elaborate how we are differentiating ourselves with our peers?
So basically, I'll tell you this. The first thing that we're differentiating is the costing that we provide to our customers in the developments that we do, and that is one of the USPs that we work on. The development team we have, plus the way we use our technology to reduce the costing. It helps us provide the best development and the best quality at a very reasonable cost, even after maintaining our profit margins. It includes the purchase, the raw material purchase, what kind of raw material purchase we do. It includes how we dye our yarn. It includes how we warp our yarn, how we weave our yarn, and how we finish our fabric. So the strength of the company lies in the technology, plus the employees, plus the determination of everyone in the company is working with.
Thank you, sir, for answering all these questions. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Pawan. We'll take the next question from Chirag Jain. Chirag, you can go ahead.
Yeah, hi sir. Thanks for the opportunity. So continuing from the previous participant questions. So first question was the execution time period for the order book that you mentioned, 35 lakh meter. So what's the execution time for that?
So basically, what happens is I'll tell you an example. In exports, the main thing in exports is how fast you can give the fabric and can you give the fabric in the timeline that they've mentioned. So that right now we're targeting export markets and we're increasing our exports from we're targeting export sale from 0% of revenue, 3 to 4% of revenue last year to around 30% of revenue, 30 to 40% of the revenue this year. So the main thing in export is achieving the timeline that the brand gives us. So if I'm working with a particular brand such as Zara or Steve Jeans or something like that, they give me so I give them as developments and then they give me a particular timeline that can you give this fabric in the next 25 days. So the main advantage that we will have after achieving the capacity expansion is that we lose orders. We lose more than 5 to 7 lakh meters of orders every month due to unavailability of capacity and unable to provide the fabric on time. So this will help us provide the fabric on time. And one more thing is, even right now we work on a basis in which we do stock fabric, but the stock that we have is already sold.
Okay, so just first on the export margins. So how much margins do they have?
Basically, if I talk about if I compare from domestic to export, I can only compare
Yeah.
from domestic. So if a margin in domestic is around 5%, then I'll anyhow achieve a margin of more. I'll achieve a more margin of around 0.7% to 1% in export fabric. If I target the right customers and if I can provide the fabric on time. So basically, there are three things in textile industry, and there are three segments. So the first segment is the traders, second is brands, and third is garmenters. It includes both exports and domestic. I'm not defining it, but there are three types of purchasers for fabric. So the traders give us the top line, the brands and the garmenters give us the bottom line.
So how much would be
So basically, if we talk about this, so around our 40 to 50% of our revenue is right from traders, 25% from garmenters, 25% from cutters, from brands. So we are targeting to shift the capacity that is with traders to export. That will help us improve our margins more. So the certifications that we're getting right now, they're very expensive certifications that we're getting, but these certificates will help us go a long way in export.
Okay, understood. So what kind of specification except for the ISO that you mentioned? What are the other certifications?
GOTS, GRS, ORS, and numerous from Control Union that is there. Plus, we'll be getting Worldly. There's a website called Worldly that helps us get into brands. Basically, we have to give our sustainability numbers, our wastage discharges, our electricity consumption, and how we provide employment, everything. And how do we use our profits to help the environment? And there are numerous things, and there's a thing called Worldly that helps that the brands needs for us to give them. It discloses the company's basic sustainability goal. So we're targeting to go there, and for a company of our size, it is very difficult to provide that, but we are very close to providing that. And for a company of our size to get these ISO certificates from BSI also is very tough. Getting an ISO certificate is easy, but getting it from BSI, which is one of the most renowned ISO provider in the country, it is very difficult.
Okay.
Along with SA 8000.
Okay, so that's an interesting part that's available with you. So how many players in India would be having that type of certification that you have?
So I cannot tell you exactly, but in the region that we work in right now, I only know a few players, or around 3 to 4 players that have these certifications, because these certificates are very hard to get. Because you have to construct your industry in that way that you can get the certifications. You can't construct an industry and you can't build an industry and then ask for certifications if you can't comply with the standards of that certification.
So what was I trying to understand that? For example, Zara wants to buy from Indian supplier. Okay,
Yes.
so would it be mandatory to have those certifications in order to have Zara buy?
So it depends on brand to brand, plus it depends on order to order. So there are numerous things, like if I talk about BCI. So BCI is basically Better Cotton Initiative that we work on. So brands usually, like if they're giving us an order of 1 lakh meters, they would want 40,000 to 30,000 to 40,000 meters of fabric to be processed through the certifications like BSI, BCI, and through SA8000 and all that. Plus the 50-60% would accompany it by providing these 40%. So if I have these certifications, I can get the 1 lakh meter order. If I don't have this certificate, we only need these certificates for 40,000 meters, but along with that 40,000 meters, we can get an order of 1 lakh meter due to this.
Okay, so I think we would be getting additional margins on the.
Yes, exactly. It would impact our margins also. Along, our margins would also be impacted by the like the financial cost will be impacted by the starting of our interest subsidy now. So basically, we were paying full interest till now, but as our plant commences right now, we'll be starting to get that also.
Okay, so the certifications that we get are from plant to plant, or is it for the whole company?
Whole we have taken for every plant.
Okay.
It's plant to plant, but we have taken for every plant.
So that is why we are seeing a shortage of fulfillment orders.
Yes, that is why also, plus our developments. So if any day you come to our industry, I'll make you visit the industry and how we're developing new kinds of fabric that are totally different from the market. So our research team, we have a research team of around 6 to 10 people, which are the best in the industry. I'll make you meet them also. So how they construct the fabric in such a way. So basically there are two things in selling a fabric. Firstly, you have to have a good quality, plus you have to have a reasonable cost also. You can't make a good quality fabric with a higher cost. The brands won't buy it. So you have to make a fabric that is that has a reasonable rate, plus profit margins, plus the top plus a new development, new and quality development.
Okay, so that's interesting part. So next question comes to costing part that you mentioned. As we need our margins in the range of 6 to 7%. Okay. And on the other side, we need to replace our machines in order to stay competitive on the cost. So I assume that in approximately 10 years of time, the textile industry machines would get cost obsolete in terms of competition. So how are we targeting to hit on that part? Because on 5 to 6% margins, we won't be able to cope up our returns. Okay. So how do you see that?
So basically, if I talk about this, so we're talking about 10 to 15 years. So basically, a life expectancy of textile, the plant that we've installed right now, it is a future plant. So we've installed everything 4 years, 5 years ahead of us. Even if we talk about the width of the looms, the current running looms in AJ industry is 230 centimeters. We've installed 250 centimeters, which is 3 years ahead of the competition right now. We invest a little more right now in technology that will help us sustain this plant for a longer run. Along with that, we always believe in providing the best, getting the best output out of the current machineries that we have. So we started this plant in 2011-12, the first plant that we installed of Airjet division. We're still running those machines at 90% efficiency right now, and the machines will no doubtedly run for additional 5 to 6 years. So the kind of maintenance we do, the kind of product we run on the machines, it all depends on that.
So what's currently the expected life of the new machines that we have installed to remain cost competitive?
Yeah, it will be around 15 years, 16
10
years.
years.
It will help us stay competitive because these are the machines of future.
Okay.
No machines are obsolete, or no machines are being installed by other players 2 or 3 years back. The machines that we are installing right now, the other competitors will be installing it after 2-3 years.
Okay. So the machines we installed in 2012, those machines would be producing the generic kind of fabric that's sold to the traders.
No. It also manufactures the fabric that is sold to brands, because they have been maintained in such a way, and the product that they can develop is similar to the products that the new machines can develop, because we have been maintaining the machines in such a way.
So don't our RSC ratio would be affected due to that?
What ratio?
ROC, return on capital.
Return on capital.
So for example, you employed $100. Okay, you are earning only $5 to $7 for 10 years. Okay, so total you have earned 70 to $80 only out of 100 invested. So how do you think on that part?
No, basically I have I have paid all the installments. After paying all the installments for the machine that I took, after repaying all the money, including debt and equity I'm talking about. So the installments on the machines, right? The term loan that I take. After repaying all the debts on the machine and taking out my margin, after repaying all those, then I earn 5 to 6%.
Okay, fair enough. So that's
Basically,
for the equity.
yes.
Okay. So what's our utilization rates for the new machine that we have installed?
So the new machines that are already working right now, that will be starting this month.
They're working this month.
The machine that will be working starting this month will achieve full capacity after 3 to 4 months, because there are numerous plants and the machines take time. That can be seen in our H2 numbers also last into FY23.
Yeah. And for the machines that have been installed,
we are running at basically we are running at 100% capacity. We are running at the maximum capacity that we can pull from the machine.
okay. Next, on the machinery part, continuing on that. So why can't a competitor just bring the 250 centimeter machine and compete with you?
It can't. So basically, the competitor can install the same machine. So what defines the business is the vision of the company and its employees. Everyone can install any machines. If you have the abundant money, you can install the machines. But it is how you run the machine, how your team works with you, what vision you carry with the product that you make, and how do you work to provide the best to the customers after retaining everything that you have and retaining your profit. So our company, so basically there are numerous textile companies, and not all of them are running at 100% capacity. But why are we running at 100% capacity? The reason is that the development, the kind of hard work we put in the developments, the kind of hard work our team puts in reducing the costing of on every aspect, whether it be the wastage that comes out, like if we manufacture 100 meters fabric, the competition is producing a wastage of 11 meters or 12 meters. I'm producing a wastage of 6 to 7 meters. So a small elimination of costing in every stage helps us grow.
Okay. So last question before I get back in the queue. How much of our raw material is cotton, and how much percentage of polyester used?
So basically 60 to 70% is cotton, and 30 to 40% is textiles.
So 60% is cotton.
Yes, 60 to 70% is cotton.
Okay. So what is the cotton price outlook for the year for you?
So basically what happens is right now it is stable right now. Not so much variations are coming in. And how do we mitigate the costing? I'll tell you, it's a very interesting part. So when we sell the fabric to a customer, we take the current rate of the yarn, we book the yarn on the current date, and then we sell the fabric. So we mitigate the variation of raw material there. And also, even if we talk about purchasing cotton, we have one of the best buyings in the industry right now. So if you compare the raw material rates, whenever you visit our plant, I'll show you to them that how we are competing with others by buying the raw material at such a rate with the best quality that no one else can compete with our buying.
Okay, fair enough. Understood. Sir, also some on that spindle parts, that spindle capacity expansion you are doing. So that would mean that we would be buying cotton bales from the market.
Yes. So basically 25,000 spindles we're installing right now.
So we would be much more integrated and much more higher margin.
We'll have the first hand in developments. So basically, if I want to develop a product, I'll have to wait for the spinning mill. We'll have to request them. We'll have to ask them to may match our costing in that development, because everyone wants to earn profit. No one gives any product for free. And our developments will be much easier if we have in-house spinning. We can play with yarn. We can play with costing, and we can improve our margins along with that. So it will be a totally integrated unit from cotton to finished fabric.
So we won't be installing any polyester spindle.
No, that is not necessary right now. The main aspect is cotton right now. Polyester spinning will be installed after after 2 or 3 years after seeing the market.
Okay, sir. Thanks. So that's so helpful. And would definitely like to visit your plant because.
Sure, anytime, please. You're welcome.
Thanks.
Thank
I
you,
will
sir.
get back in the queue.
Yeah, we'll go to the next participant, Agastya. You can go ahead, please.
Am I audible, Vinay bhai?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for the opportunity, Vinay bhai. And Nasir ji, thank you very much for the opportunity as well. Sir, let me lower the standards of the questions by asking a few very silly questions. So if I go through your presentation on slide 22,
22. Okay.
which is the capex for the slide.
23 or
So you
20?
say that you are doing 2 phases, right? And that total is 500 crores. And then in the subsequent slide, you have described the phase 1 only, right?
Can you please open the next slide? Mm.
This is all phase 1, right? This and the
This is
next
on
slide.
phase 1 and phase 2 both. So basically, if you return back the slide, you go to the previous slide, you see phase 2 is consisting of spindles, new edged looms, additional indigo dyeing, size line, pot process house. Phase 1
Correct,
was...
which is the 24th slide, right? All that, the phase 2 is 24th slide, phase 1 is 23rd slide, right?
I'll explain to you simply.
Yes, please do. Please do.
Simple language.
Yes.
The plant that was commenced in 2022, जो I was talking about, that gave that improved our revenues and profit margins, is H2 23.
Yes. Yes.
That is phase 1. That was installation of
So phase 1 is completely done.
Yes, it has been operational from the past year. All the revenues and the profits have already been infused in the last year.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
phase
Now,
1.
yeah.
Now, if we talk about phase 2, can you please go to the next slide? So FY24-25 estimated. So basically, the 19.76 finished fabric meters. So you'll see the utilization percent at 42% here. So the plant was commenced after 6-7 months. So that's why the utilization percent of that particular phase 1 was low. The same utilization percentage is at 90% in FY24.
Thick.
Exactly.
Thick. So now that this I've clarified, my question is that if you start at FY22 end, or let's say FY23, before the just after the phase 1 was starting, like starting commercial production, can you bridge a margin bridge for us between then and FY25? उसमें मेरा question ये है कि in this business there is so much volatility in spreads. So because the way you guys have not just maintaining the margins, because the way so much has been added by you guys in terms of capacity and capability.
Yes.
Can you just tell me on a like-to-like basis, how has individual margins moved, not just for product segments, but also in various steps? There are multiple steps in production, right? हर step में कैसे हो रहा है, क्योंकि denim में overnight extra capacity आ जाती है, and from deficit to surplus it moves within a month, and the margins get compressed. So if you can give some understanding as to how margins have moved. Second, what is the current demand supply situation macro? So I understood everything that you said about your company, but macro basis पे domestically and internationally, what is this? क्या है? और थोड़ा सा आपके जो फ्यूचर में आपने कहा कि you will improve your margins by 100 to 150 basis points. I get the logic behind that. But let's say if there is a downturn in the denim market, although it seems that we are closer to the recovery rather than to the next downturn, but let's say the next time whenever there is a downturn, how much do you think, what percentage of your business is really vulnerable to cyclical change in the commodity aspect of the business, and what percentage of your business or which segments are more stable because of the various initiatives that you have just described in terms of adding new clients and new capabilities? So that is my question, sir.
So firstly, I'll start by telling you that this expansion that we took, ये हमारी बस 3 साल की मेहनत नहीं थी. It took us 25 years to come to a place which we are confident enough to invest in this. because the project that we came up with, we invested so much money of ours that we had to be confident for this.
Right.
Our IPO was of merely 10 crores, 10, 11 crores that when we came up with IPO. So compared to the project size, that was very, very negligible.
Right.
So I'll tell you the whole story of a company first. Then आपको बताता हूँ हम कैसे करें. So basically, in 2000, we started in denim and cotton industry. We started working in 2011, 12. So the first company that worked with us was Arvind Limited and Green International, and they were pioneers in denim that time. I would not talk about right now, but they were pioneers in denim that time. And the companies that gave denim a brand that you can sell denim finished fabric also. Before that, Raymond's was there that used to only sell PV fabric. It was not in denim. And Raymond's could not ever, Raymond's Yuko could never achieve the thing that Arvind Denim achieved. So basically, we started working with Arvind in 2012, and for the next 8 years, till 2019, 2020 around, we worked with Arvind in such a way in which it taught us how denim is made, how you can achieve the best quality with lowest costing, how you supply to a brand. Because Arvind usually had brands coming to our factory and to our industry and explain how they work and how different, how do they need a company to be different, and what all they need from a company to start to start working with them. So it took us 8 to 9 years to it took us 8 to 9 years to first research and then expand a little bit in job weaving only and then learn. Then after getting into job work, we transferred into purchasing and selling and selling of gray fabric. So we started manufacturing gray fabric. Gray fabric is nothing else, but we already had an industry. We purchased our own yarn. We made it dyed or we made it gray. We weaved it and then we sold it to the customers. So basically, there was a year in which our revenue grew from 60 crores to 129 crores.
Right.
Yes. So that was the year in which we transferred our capacity from job work manufacturing to gray fabric manufacturing. So that was the first time we understood how a purchase is done and how do we if we manufacture the fabric in such a way that we've been manufacturing from the past 10 years, what kind of market response do we get? And the market response was really good, and the profit percentage in terms of percent decreased that time due to our transfer from job work manufacturing to gray fabric manufacturing. Our raw material consumption increased drastically, and the profit in absolute terms increased. And then we learned that we can sell finished fabric after having success rate in gray fabric. Then we installed our first plant in Neemuch, Madhya Pradesh, for denim industry, and then we started manufacturing denim. So the first 5-6 months were we stabilized our plants, we got our customers, we designed a sales route or a sales team, and we designed a sales team in such a way that how can we achieve the maximum sales and minimum stock time, and even if we stock the fabric, it has to be sold. So we maintain that perspective with us. Now, if we talk about this, how do we differentiate ourselves from others? So basically, how we differentiate ourselves with others is how we work. मतलब हमने जो हमारे 15 साल का एक्सपीरियंस था, हमने पूरी टीम, हमारी जो टीम है वहां पे, वो पूरी टीम वन ऑफ द मोस्ट एक्सपीरियंस इन डेनिम. सो हमारी टीम ने पूरा का पूरा टाइम इसमें दिया कि हाउ डू वी डेवलप द बेस्ट प्रोडक्ट्स एंड हाउ डू वी रिड्यूस द कॉस्टिंग, क्योंकि इट इज वन ऑफ द मेन एस्पेक्ट्स. बिकॉज you can develop numerous products, you can develop unlimited kind of product, but achieving a rate of 60% success rate of 1600 samples that we developed. We developed 1600 samples that will transfer to an estimated 16,000 different types of genes. So if you develop that many genes, how and you achieve 50 to 60% success rate in product development, that is a very good sign for a company that is growing right now, and along with providing the best rates. And if we talk about capacity expansion, what was the next question? I forgot.
The margins.
The margins, if I talk about how
the commodity part of the business के margins versus
the commodity part of the
when
business,
you're fully done. So I have a simpler way of asking that question. When you're fully done with your expansion,
yes,
right? What percentage of your EBITDA, whatever be that EBITDA, what percentage of your EBITDA will be vulnerable to commodity के swings, and what percentage of your EBITDA will be relatively stable because all these initiatives that you have taken?
if I take all the initiatives that we'll be getting, it will be a different thing altogether. Because if I take all the incentives that I'll be getting along with the, so I'll give you one example of power rate. So the power rate that we get in Rajasthan and the power in MP also we have higher power rate, but the power rate that has been offered to us, I'll give you, I'll personally share it with you. But that itself makes a huge difference, because we will have a consumption of around 150,000 units per day after starting of all the plants. And if we have that will impact, that will give us a return of estimatedly around it will make an impact on our balance sheet of minimum to minimum 5.5 to 6 CR. Minimum to minimum, if I compare it to the existing units.
For the full capacity. Okay.
Yes,
That's interesting.
For the full capacity. Right. And this is just one thing.
Okay.
This is just one thing. So if I talk about we never incorporated raw material fluctuation, we never incorporated as incentives in the balance sheets or the figures that we give you, due to because even if there's a volatility in the raw material prices, we can mitigate it by the incentives. Even if we talk about EBITDA margins, if our PAT margins, the PAT margin, EBITDA margins are very less likely to be impacted due to our incentives minimizing the impacts.
Right, got it. One final question. These are like number wale questions. What would be the peak depreciation for you post all the expansions?
I expect it to be around 23-24, I guess, peak, if I talk about
23 crores.
23-24 crores. मेरे को एक बार देखना पड़ेगा, but मेरे ख्याल 23-24 ही आएगा.
Okay, ठीक है. And final question, during one of the, I think either your opening commentary or to answer to one of the questions, you mentioned that your margins were like 5% and it will go to 6%. I don't know whether I understood it correctly or not, misheard it, I do not know. You mentioned something at 5%, but when I look at your numbers, I was a bit surprised because EBITDA margins are slightly higher, right? So you said 5% for something. I don't know whether there was margins or something else.
PAT का था margin.
Even PAT का भी your numbers are higher, right? If I look at the entire
5.7% है मेरे ख्याल से.
Acha, you are not okay. So you are not looking at H2. I was looking only at H2.
No. I was talking about FY24.
Right. So usme bhi, if I look at for the entire year, you were at 5 point some percent. And you said it will go to 6%, but that would be below your H2 numbers. But that's wrong, right? Your H2 will.
No. I basically, what happened was, if I talk about 6.5, I'm talking about a conservative side right now. Our revenues will be doubling due to the capacity expansion. So the H2 FY24 revenues and profits were from, so basically this was the full year that we operated on, and H1 in textile industry is very slow. In every textile industry, if I talk about H1 के अंदर क्या होता है, ईद आती है, ये सारी चीजें होती है, तो सारे जो होते हैं वो सारे स्लो रहते हैं.
लेकिन ये जो आपका H2 का EBITDA है 13.5%, is that sustainable given the
it is very sustainable for us. तो मैं basically मैं आपको ये बताऊंगा कि जब हमारे प्लांट आप विजिट करेंगे and the kind of working you see with us, देखो defining something in the books is a different thing, and when you see it with your own eyes and when you see it how we work, then आपको ये margin भी कम लगेगा.
Great. Thank you very much, Nasir bhai. I may have some questions. I'll get back to you through Vinay bhai. So thank you very much. All the best. Thank you, Vinay bhai.
Thank you.
We'll take the next question from Athi. Athi, you can go ahead.
Oh, thank you. You were saying about the certification which you have earned.
Yes, we are in financial.
I'm sorry, I haven't got that exactly. What is that certification is about?
So basically, it's a BSI certification. BSI is a company that provides ISO certification.
What type of ISO certification, if I may know?
9,000, 45,000, 14,000, SA 8,000.
Okay, for QMS, for
yes,
okay,
everything basically. If you want, we can share it with you. The certificates that we're in final stage of getting. That's no.
Okay, perfect. Okay, all right. So now the second question, it is about the Vision 2026. So you have shown us some strategic initiatives. I have seen only one initiative, which is the integration part, right? Vertical integration.
We're talking
So
about the
other than okay.
presentation. Yes.
So do you think this one strategic initiative would suffice to achieve Vision 2026? Or is there any other initiatives that need to be taken to achieve your vision?
No, we have to take. First of all, we have to. Basically, the thing right now that we are targeting is we actually work on zero discharge right now. So, if we are sustainable, if our growth is sustainable, and if we implement the best systems. So, right now we are the first company in India to implement SAP S/4HANA cloud version, public cloud version, in a textile composite mill. And that was one of the toughest implementation phase that we had in the past 6-7 months. But we implemented it successfully, and right now we are at that stage that we have everything on our tips right now. Be it our developments, be it our consumptions, be it our expenses in units, electricity units, water consumption, anything. So basically, the Vision 2026 of our company is to minimize the costings and to increase the transparency that we have with our investors, with our bankers, with the employees of our company, and achieving 100% capacity, achieving the maximum capacity that we can take from the plants that we're installing.
Got it. Thank you. And next, I have two more questions. Like, no, the business plan 2024 you have explained to us. How we are positioned now? I understood from other members who have asked this question that we will be doubling our revenues if it is planned as it goes, right?
Yes.
So what other areas you're looking at to ensure we are on track and we will be able to achieve what we're supposed to achieve as per the business plan?
So basically, I'll tell you this one thing. We are including in a basket. So basically, there's a basket of developments and PD sorts that we offer to our customers. So we are implementing denim division plus non-denim division in our baskets right now, which will give a diverse portfolio to a basket that the customer can purchase all the bottom fabrics that it wants from a single customer, from a single supplier.
Okay.
And along with that, if I talk about the capacity that we have installed right now will decrease our utility costing to if in example, if I talk about if costing is 30 rupees right now, if I talk about 30 rupees right now, then our costing will be reduced to 24 rupees. And giving you an example, so it will the utility costing if I'm talking about, because we have installed the plant in the same utility. The plant that we installed right now, denim division and of non-denim division, it has been installed with the same utility that was in place for the two denim lines.
I'm so sorry because I'm not from the textile industry. This question might be a little naive, but tell me, like you were talking about the technology part from the beginning, like which is helping you to evolve as well as to reduce the cost. What type of technology we are talking about here?
We're talking about technology in terms of the latest machineries that provide us the minimum wastage. So we can जो आप machines हमारे देखेंगे आगे, they're all the latest machineries with the minimum basic things. We've installed every segment or every part of our industry. We've implemented lean manufacturing. We have implemented processes to minimize the cost time. If we talk about a particular timeline, if I talk about a particular timeline, so when I purchase yarn or when I will be purchasing cotton, so we have defined a system in our industry that in a particular timeline, you have to get it done in this particular area, then you have to get it done in this particular area. And if it does not happen in that area, you'll have to give a particular reason for it. So these are the kind of initiatives our company and our employees are taking to provide the best usage of the machineries along with the maximum production that we can take. And in a way, it reduces the costing for the fabric also.
A final question from my side. Thank you. And this machineries and the technologies are being installed in the plants.
Mm-hmm.
Have you conducted any OT, operational technology audits, or any cyber security audits? Because like we are hearing now and then about the cyber attacks that is concentrated
so basically,
on
if I
the
talk about
plants.
cyber attacks, so we have one of the most secure servers. We have a cloud server right now. The main reason for purchasing cloud server because we didn't want to install the private server in premises. So we installed we purchased the cloud server version due to this issue only, that we want our company to have the maximum security. All the securities are in hand with SAP now, and it is the most renowned company in the world for ERPs.
SAP, right?
Yes, SAP.
Okay. So
SAP.
the ERP will be under SAP, but rest of the systems, your
all
customer
the systems,
information and everything?
ERP will be in the SAP. And apart from that, we have connected everything with SAP. We have integrated it.
Okay.
Yes. Be it our taxations, be it our machine logbooks.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Fine. Thank you. That's it from my side.
Thank you.
We'll take the next question from Srini. Srini, you can go ahead.
Hey, so by October 2024, your capacity expansion will be completed, right? Are we on track?
Spinning division, yes. For weaving, for denim, and for non-denim, it will be completed this month itself.
Okay, so after this phase of expansion, any future plans in the coming next 3 to 5 years?
Not currently. Not currently that I can discuss with you right now, because agar koi expansion hota hai, management will have a discussion. We'll let the investors know about that.
Thank you. That's all from me.
We'll take the next question from Namish Gupta. Namish, you can go ahead. Hello, Namish.
Hello.
We'll go to the next participant, Netik. Netik, you can go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity, sir. So I'm fairly new to your company. So I have a couple of basic questions like regarding this year. So on our FY24 top line, is the entire sale out of denim fabric sale,
No.
or range fabric sale as well?
The running year we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
So the sales, the running year that we're talking about, that will include the sales of denim fabric plus non-denim fabric.
So could you quantify both of them?
So if I quantify both of them, so if I talk about 1.8 crores, we have existing capacity of 1.8 crores that is already running at 100% capacity. That will generate a revenue of 350 to 380 crores. The existing capacity that is running.
Okay.
The additional capacity, if I talk about, of 72 lakhs plus 1.8 lakhs, 1.8 crores, has a maximum capacity of around 550 crores. The fabric division, if I'm talking about, 550 crores is the maximum है. And अभी basically एक quarter निकल गया, तो I'm targeting इससे अभी हम इसका 60% वेट 60 to 70 इसका मोटा मोटी 60 to 70% हम प्रोडक्शन अचीव कर पाएंगे इस साल. That will impact the balance sheets because the plant will be starting this month. So we are targeting. So that if I talk about non-denim will have a revenue segment of around 250 to 300 crores, and the rest part will be denim.
Okay. Also, sir, so basically we are backward integrating into spinning as well as weaving. So all this, will it lead to some kind of gross margin expansion on a final?
Yes. So basically right now we're dependent on outsourcing. So if you see this year, last year we paid and now we did a job work of around 18 to 19 crores of job work we did outside. So that particular job work will be minimized to, I think, 50% because the capacity will also increase of ours, and that will come down to the in-house installations of weaving. Along with the spinning we talk about, the margins will increase.
Okay, so sir, if you could quantify, like this year we did somewhere around 86 to 87% of gross margins on full year numbers. So next year,
86%.
sorry, 14 or 15% order.
We did it was around, I think the EBITDA margin was 12.43%, I
No,
guess.
I'm asking about
Operating
gross
margin.
margin.
Gross margin you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I'll just talk about EBITDA margins. I'll just talk about EBITDA margins if I talk about EBITDA margin. No.
Okay. Okay. So, sir, basically, from the denim side, we are expecting somewhere around 380 to 400 crores of revenue, and from the non-denim, we are expecting some 200 odd crores revenue
Yes. So
for
I expect
FY25.
revenue of 650 to 700 crores.
Okay, perfect. All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go back to Namish Gupta. Namish, you can go ahead, please.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, Namish.
Hello.
Hello. Is my voice audible, sir?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. So first, congratulations on a good set of numbers. And I think you have achieved what you have guided earlier. So, I mean, hello?
How are you?
I'm very fine. I'm absolutely fine. Absolutely fine.
जी बताइए.
So what I was just saying, actually, I'm facing a little problem in my audio. Hello?
Hello.
Is it audible, sir?
Yes, Namish ji, it is audible. आप शायद फोन पे हैं.
नहीं मैं फोन पे नहीं हूँ, थोड़ा सा कुछ ऑडियो में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है सर. I think, but now it is audible, correct?
You are audible right now.
Okay. So my question is, sir, we are as earlier we are guiding for a doubling of our revenue. Okay. So first, I will again just like to understand in brief, how we are actually planning. Our capacity is undoubtedly increasing, but it will not be just the capacity that will double your revenue.
Yes.
You should have your orders in hand first. You should have the clients. Your number of clients must also have increased. So, first question is how we are so much confident that we will double our turnover. And my second question is, sir, currently our PAT is 5.7%. Now we are doubling our revenue. So why we are so much conservative that we are just guiding a 0.7% increase in PAT, since efficiencies of scale will also be there. So it should be should it not be 2 to 3% more?
So there was a question before you that if the raw material prices or the volatility increases in cotton, how will you mitigate that?
Okay.
So to meet that, so basically there are many things that we'll be getting. They will be getting incentives, we'll be reducing our utility costings, we'll have a better margins in every way possible. We can provide a better costing to our customers in every way possible. But to be on the conservative side, because to mitigate the volatility and to be on a confident side that what the management provides the investor of the company needs to be achieved by this company. So the reason we are going on a conservative side is because to mitigate every negative wave aspect there is in the industry.
And regarding my first question,
the first question था आपका, how do we propose to achieve the sales for the expansion that we're coming up with?
Yes.
The first thing is we have we have made a very strong supply chain in the main markets of India for denim fabric, along with making a strong supply chain to one of the biggest importers, Bangladesh, of denim fabric. So we have opened an office in Delhi itself where our sales team sits. We regularly develop our products in such a way which is cost effective, and we convert those product developments to commercial sorts in the fastest way possible. So if a particular product is on trial run, so we try to convert it. If it is successful in the market, we try to convert it into commercial product in the next 30 days. And our sales team has gotten enough orders from tying up with brands. We've tied up with Reliance Trends, which have a very huge brands portfolio right now. We have tied up with Reliance Trends, and apart from that, we are not tying up in terms of quantity, but as a tie up in such a way that that company shall give us the first right to supply the fabric to them in such a way that we already have an order book of 2 months right now, and we are so confident because we already have the order book. If we did not have the order book, we wouldn't be that confident and invest so much money in this project.
Abhi, I think we have an order book of like 35 lakh meters. अगर मैं सेम टाइम की लास्ट ईयर की बात करूं, उस समय क्या रही होगी ऑर्डर बुक सर आपकी अप्रोक्सीमेट?
उस टाइम मेरी ऑर्डर बुक थी अराउंड 17 से 20 लाख. उस टाइम वी वर ग्रोइंग
17 to 20 लाख, तो अप्रोक्सीमेट मेरी ऑर्डर बुक मेरी डबल हो चुकी है मेरी,
क्योंकि हमारे डेवलपमेंट्स भी इतने बड़े हैं और हमारा कस्टमर बेस भी बढ़ गया है बहुत. क्योंकि
डन है सर.
हाँ,
परफेक्ट है सर. थैंक यू सर. थैंक यू.
थैंक यू निमेश जी.
Thank you. We'll take one person from chat for the next question. Mr. Utsav Srivastav, you can go ahead.
Do I have to chat?
Yeah, hi. Hi, Nasir, how are you?
हाँ, बस बढ़िया. उत्सव आप बताओ.
Acha, Nasir, my question is that what is the total subsidies that are due to us and when will they start accruing?
So,
and when will we see it in the cash flow?
Talk about the total subsidies. If I talk about including of spinning, weaving, finishing, and everything, if I talk about, so the subsidies will increase from 130 crores, 130 to 140 crores. The subsidies will be coming.
No, as of now, no. Basically, this is subsidy on the projects that we have completed.
Yes,
or near completion.
Completed, right? The project that will complete in October itself, right?
Okay.
मैं उन सबको मिला के बता रहा हूँ आपको.
ठीक है.
उसके अंदर मेरा जो सब्सिडीज होगी that will exceed from 130 to 150 crores, including interest subsidies, electricity subsidies, capital subsidies. That will direct credit account. वो सारी क्रेडिट हो जाएंगी.
ये कब से आना शुरू हो जाएगा?
ये मेरा मोटा मोटी मेरे को उम्मीद है नेक्स्ट क्वार्टर में बस इनिशियल फर्स्ट ट्रेंच रिलीज हो जाएगा 10-15 करोड़ का.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
Very good. So this will help you in your future capex also.
Yes, that will help me in future capex or anything. यहाँ पे अपन करें इसको डालें.
Understood. The other question that I had is that how easy is it to start supplying to Zara and H&M and brands like these? Like, is it a very cumbersome process or is it an easy process?
हमें 1.5 साल लग गया प्रोडक्ट बनाने में और डेवलपमेंट में, जबकि we worked so hard, we have invested so much money in providing every sustainability thing that we can in the plant, along with hiring the best HR managers, hiring the best fire safety managers from all over corporates in India, along with getting to a final stage in achieving these certificates. ये सारी चीजें that was a very tiresome process, but after this process it will be a little easier for us, because after this the company will have a different image in the eyes of the brands.
So the cloth that Zara and H&M buy, is it the same cloth or does it have the same processes that an Indian jean manufacturer buys? कि उसके अलग होते हैं certification और सब?
इंडिया के अंदर certification बहुत कम यूज होते हैं.
और वहाँ के लिए
तो बहुत हेवी सर्टिफिकेशंस यूज होते हैं. सर्टिफिकेशन तो क्या, आपको मैं अपने एम्प्लॉयज को कैसे रखता हूँ, कितने अच्छे से रखता हूँ, प्लस मैं अपने एनवायरनमेंट को कैसे प्रोटेक्ट कर रहा हूँ, प्लस मैं केमिकल्स कैसे यूज कर रहा हूँ, प्लस मैं अपने यान कैसे यूज कर रहा हूँ, मैं अपने फार्मर्स को कैसे ट्रेन कर रहा हूँ जो यान मेरा उगा रहे हैं. सारी चीजें, ये सारी चीजें इनकॉर्पोरेट करके अपन को देना पड़ता है.
Understood. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take the follow-up question from Chirag Jain. Chirag.
Sir, thanks for the follow-up. Sir, can you please mention the amount again of subsidy?
It will be exceeding, I'm talking about conservative side, 130 to 140 crores.
150 crores.
Yes.
Okay. So also on the next part is capex amount that was mentioned. So there was some discrepancy that I observed that I couldn't match through. So our capex amount that we are spending on is near about 500 crores. Okay. Out of which we are targeting about 250 crores from bank debt. Okay.
So basically ये जो मेरा investment है, so the investing is will be around 300 crores.
Okay. Gross block is 300 crores and 200 crores is the working capital that would be required.
Yes, working capital plus अलग अलग चीजें हैं उसमें.
So how much is our receivable days currently range in?
The receivable days right now अभी थोड़ा increase हो गया है, but जो average out रहता है मेरा वो रहता है around 60 days.
60 days. Right. Understood.
But
So, how are we gonna finance the working capital? Because we have been retained only for the 300 crores. So you mentioned about the subsidy amount coming in.
Subsidy won't be, we won't be getting subsidy. We won't be including subsidies in working capital amount. So basically, we have a working capital of 80 crores that was sanctioned by the bank, along with 25% margin of ours.
So we would be competing on that.
Yes, 110 to 120. That is, I guess we can work with that right now. And आगे जो कुछ ऐसा रहता है कि so we are comfortable to get anything, any minimal working capital or something like that.
Okay.
That won't be a problem for us.
So last question before I get back, sir, the PPT mentions about polyester viscose yarn. So do we manufacture?
Not yarn. It tells us about the weaving of polyester and viscose fabric.
Okay. So it's not polyester viscose yarn.
No. आप एक बार खोल के देख लीजिए फिर भी. मेरे ख्याल से वो fabric ही है. Yarn we do not manufacture yarn.
Okay. So what's the difference between that? Can you please explain that?
So basically, the polyester and viscose yarn is spinning division, in which you convert polyester and viscose and mix it, and then you convert it to yarn. It is same as cotton. Cotton में मैं raw cotton ले रहा हूँ, farmer ginning mixes cotton ले रहा हूँ, and then we are converting into yarn, and then we are converting that yarn into fabric.
Yeah, understood. That's the process. So
yes, so
polyester viscose
when we manufacture PV fabric, that means we are converting polyester viscose yarn into fabric.
Okay. So where is that used in? Because I understand
that is basically our associate concern, Modway Shooting Private Limited करके there is a associate concern of ours that has a unit for Sulzer looms.
Okay.
So Sulzer looms that we manufacture on job work basis on that unit, and that is a different segment altogether. That is a small segment of ours, and we work for CRMs, and we work for PV plants like that on that.
Okay. So what's the amount of polyester viscose that we sell?
So we have a capacity of manufacturing 5 lakh meters per month.
So what will be that amount into rupees?
So basically the revenue that we closed in Modway Shooting last year was 30 crores, and around 15 to 20 crores was from polyester and viscose segment. The rest was from cotton segment.
And the associated company that works in this segment, how much revenue does that earn?
I'm talking about that only.
Okay.
Total revenue of that concern is 30 crores, and this PV manufacturing is in that company only, associate concern.
So any plans to merge?
Not of currently, but we'll discuss it with the management, and we'll discuss and finalize.
Okay, sir.
We'll go with the best way possible in this.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take the next follow-up question from Pawan Kumar. Pawan, you can go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity again. Can you just repeat again the amount of subsidy and when will we be getting this?
So basically, the subsidy will be around 130 to 140 crores. I'm talking about the conservative side, and it includes many aspects. So there's a capital subsidy that we'll be getting in 7 years, divided into 7. So the total investment in plant machinery plus building will be divided into 7. There's a subsidy. There's a 4 crore subsidy of central government that is pending right now. That will be released next month. Along with that, there are numerous subsidies in land reimbursement subsidy that we're getting under the land subsidy, power subsidy, electricity subsidy, and along with that, there are numerous subsidies that we'll be getting. So these subsidies will, apart from capital subsidy, these subsidies will be dispersed quarterly.
Yes. So any ballpark figure for coming year of these subsidies?
So basically, initial subsidies, we will be getting around 10 to 12 crores of subsidies in the next quarter. We're targeting that because after the commencement of this project of weaving denim and non-denim, we'll be getting a subsidy of around 10 to 15 crores in the next quarter. And then I'm targeting around 15 to 20 crores of subsidy per year. So we can't पूरे साल में कभी भी आ सकती है वो जो interest subsidy होती है, that is usually released like if I finish this quarter, it will be released in the next quarter, till next quarter end, along with the power rate subsidy also.
So yearly roughly 20-25 crore.
हाँ, आप इसको डिवाइड कर दीजिए 7 years में अपन डिवाइड कर सकते हैं इसको, and उसका हिसाब कर सकते हैं 140/7.
Okay, okay. Another question, like you mentioned, like companies putting a lot of effort, getting a lot of certification, a lot of effort in the ESG kind of thing, so that you can increase your exposure to the brands. So can you tell me, like for the next 2-3 years, what is your aspiration? How much percentage of revenue you are looking for to come from brands?
So we right now the brands are at 25%, like I mentioned. 25% cutters and garment as I mentioned. 50% was traders. I mentioned that.
Yeah.
So we are targeting to reduce the trader segment and the cutter segment and increase the export segment.
Yeah.
Export segment. So we are targeting to reduce the trading segment by 25%. So we'll keep a portfolio of around 20-25% of cutters, 25-30% of brands, and 25-30% of exports, and the rest will be divided into trading.
So can we say like in 3 years' time we'll be having 30-35% from brands?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
And the last question, like you mentioned that we'll be growing 1x in terms of revenue. Any risk you can really point out, maybe macro or micro, which you can anticipate in this target?
As far as I think, the company, we did not incorporate any subsidies or anything in the EBITDA margin or PAT margins. So I think we're secure that way, because the financial cost will be reduced drastically after receiving the subsidy. The electricity consumption cost will be reduced drastically. I won't even talk about capital subsidy. So in terms of EBITDA margins and PAT margins, we in terms of EBITDA margins, PAT margins, and interest finance cost, we are conservative right now. And in terms of revenue, we have already we have a good order book right now, but raw material prices या फिर extreme कुछ fluctuations आते हैं. Right now the government is थोड़ी सी unstable हुई, but it is stable. मतलब same government चली, तो इसके लिए we don't have problems in the government issues also. So we hope for the best, and we hope to achieve a conservative. We hope to achieve the revenues and the PAT we are targeting.
So right now, when you're giving a target of 6% PAT, you're not including the subsidies.
Nothing. Nothing in this.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you for all the answers. Thank you.
Yes.
All the best.
Thank you.
We'll take the last question for the day from Naitik. Naitik, you can go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the follow-up. So I wanted a couple of clarifications. So like for the entire CapEx, what is the total amount that we had spent in FY24, and what will we be spending in FY25?
So FY24, if I talk this year in the we'll be commencing all the CapEx this year. The total investment will be completed.
Yeah, but I'm looking out for the number, like how much money that we actually spent in FY24, and then how much are we spending in FY25?
So basically, the total investment in machinery, building, and every aspect of the project will be completed by December 2024.
Okay.
Yes.
Also, sir, so I understand that the entire 500 crore capex that we have taken, we are planning to take somewhere around 250 to 300 crores of debt for the project. So, what will be our peak debt?
Sorry?
I'm trying to understand what will be our peak debt number, like right now.
Peak debt number will be around 220 crores of term loan.
220 crores of term loan.
Yes, peak debt.
Okay. Also, sir, regarding these subsidies, so I'm fairly new to the company. That's why I do not really understand what is the subsidy structure.
Yes.
So we are getting interest subsidized, we are getting capital cost subsidized, and also we are getting a subsidy on our plant and machinery cost. Is that understanding correct?
Capital subsidies is the same as plant and machinery capital subsidy.
Oh, all right. So, sir, could you clarify the percentage, like what percent of interest
if I
is?
clarify, so basically the total investment in plant machinery and building will be subsidized by 30%. The actual subsidy that will be released will be around 32%, 33%. But on the conservative side, I'm talking about 30% right now. So basically, अगर मैंने 100 crore का investment किया है plant machinery plus building में, तो उसका 30 crore divided by 7.
Yeah, over a period of 7 years. Okay.
Yes. Over the period of 7 years, it will be released
And sir, on the interest side?
Interest side if I talk about, so basically अगर जैसे मान के चलिए अगर मेरा 200 करोड़ का लोन है, 200 करोड़ का लोन है मेरा, 200 करोड़ के ऊपर आप 7% कैलकुलेट कर लीजिए, आफ्टर ड्रॉडाउन शेड्यूल बना के यू कैन, मतलब जो रीपेमेंट हो जाएगा वो हट जाएगा और जो बचेगा उसकी 7% सब्सिडी विल बी रिलीज क्वार्टरली बेसिस.
Okay. Okay, all right, sir. Thank you. That was helpful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We have one more hand raised from Mr. Sanjay Keswani. Sanjay, please go ahead.
Hello.
Just a minute, Nasir. Sanjay, you can go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, hello. Thank you for giving the opportunity, sir. नासिर सर, जैसे आपने बताया कि आपके पास ऑर्डर बुक 35 करोड़ का है,
35 लाख मीटर्स,
या सॉरी 35 लाख मीटर्स का ऑर्डर है सर, तो उसमें परसेंटेज वाइज बता सकते हैं सर कि उसमें एक्सपोर्ट्स का ऑर्डर्स कितना है आपके पास एंड लोकल ट्रेडर्स का कितना है, क्योंकि जैसे आपने बताया कि
sure. Currently we have an order book of export of 5 lakh meters right now. 5 to 6 लाख मीटर्स हमारे पास अभी एक्सपोर्ट ऑर्डर आ गए हैं हाथ में. अभी जो है हमारे अराउंड, आप मान के चलिए अराउंड 15 से 17 लाख के बीच में हमारा ऑर्डर बुक होगा ट्रेडिंग का, और उसके अलावा मेरा ऑर्डर बुक गाइड है गारमेंट्स और ब्रांड्स के बीच में.
ओके, एंड सेकंड क्वेश्चन है सर, जो आपने बताया कि आप 18 करोड़ का जॉब वर्क कराते हैं
जी,
उसमें क्वांटिटी कितना होता है, कितने लाख मीटर्स का क्वांटिटी आता है आउटपुट?
आप इसके अंदर मान के चलिए, मैं बताता हूँ.
Hello.
Yes. So basically, that will include a job work of around 10 lakh, around 5 to 10 lakh meters per month.
Okay. 5 to 10 lakh meters per month. But the total order book of 18 crores जो आप बोलते हो कि आप 18 crores का job work कराते हैं, that is yearly?
18 crore job work is in a year. 18 crore job work है year में. So basically job work की revenue define होती है per pick rates.
Right.
So the weaving में revenue defined होती है per pick rates. In job work you charge for weaving in per pick rate. So if और per pick rate average और per pick rate रहती है 24 to 25 पैसा.
ओके, नहीं मैं वही सर, आई वांट टू क्लियर, मुझे वही पूछना था कि जो एक साल में आप 18 करोड़ का जॉब वर्क कराते हैं, तो वो 18 करोड़ में टोटल कितना मीटर आउटपुट आता है हमारे पास, आपके पास?
10 लाख मीटर महीने का अराउंड मान लीजिए आप, 8 से 10 लाख, उसको साल में कन्वर्ट कर लीजिए, 1 करोड़ के हो जाएगा.
ओके, या आई गॉट इट, योर पॉइंट. या थैंक यू सर, थैंक
यू सो मच.
Thank you. Thank you to all the participants for joining us on this call, and thank you to the management for giving us their valuable time. That brings us to the end of today's phone call. You may all disconnect now.
Thank you.
Thank you.